or iTunes, keyword Dr. Kvitko or The Reasons We Smile. Listeners should not use Dr. Kvitko's comments and advice in place of an actual dental exam.
Brighten your life with a smile that shows the professional touch of Dr. Kvitko.
Time now for The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko. Call 459-9769 to discuss your dental issues. Now, here's your host, Dr. Kvitko.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Reasons We Smile. This is episode number 402. I really appreciate you joining me today. Today we have a great show. Our show is going to be about Positively Clintonville and a party that we have coming up, or they have coming up, called Meet Me in the Middle. All right, so remember that. Let me just mention that if you want to watch the show, you can go to thereasonswesmile.com, and you can see a video podcast of it. And what else? If you'd like to go to my Facebook page and like us, that would be awesome. We really appreciate that. And later in the show, you're going to have a chance to win free flowers from Vice Number Florist. And we call it Dr. Kvitko's Question of the Day. That comes up in about 10 minutes, 12 minutes maybe. All right, so as you may know, my office is in Clintonville. And Clintonville is a neighborhood of Columbus. Used to be its own little village, and then when Columbus was growing, they agreed to be incorporated into the city and still have a voice in the way things go, but are part of Columbus. And so this group called Positively Columbus, and Lynn Markle is here to tell us about it. So, Lynn, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you for getting up and being in the studio with me. I really appreciate it. It's a little earlier than you thought, right?
Earlier than I usually get up these days.
So tell me, what is Positively Clintonville?
Well, Positively Clintonville is a group of people, neighbors, that have gathered together that are working to create civility as a movement in our community. And their goal is to spread mediation tools, have a common civil language. They have sponsored several training workshops and had some community discussions regarding some of the contentious issues that have come up in Clintonville.
We have contentious issues in Clintonville?
Well, evidently.
We do tend to be in the news a little bit.
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, mostly it's about what Clintonville looks like and what type of community it is. And the first time I became aware of it, I've been in Clintonville for 15 years, but lived within walking distance of the Olympic pool and the development that is going in there.
I was going to say, what Olympic pool?
Yeah, the Olympic pool on Indianola.
Yes,
that's gone now.
Yeah.
Used to be a pile of rubble. It was a hole in the ground for a while, and pretty soon I think it's going to become a building, and hopefully it will be a very nice addition.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Okay. And then, well, let's get on. I want to make sure that we cover this Meet Me in the Middle.
Okay.
That is coming up.
Yes.
Got lots of questions, but I want to get that out there right away because we hope people will come, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So tell me what it is. When is it? Who's invited? What are we going to find when we get there? All that good stuff.
Okay. So Meet Me in the Middle is a community party that Positively Clintonville is sponsoring with help and support by lots of different groups. Mozart's, Minister Realty, Remax, the Seasoned Farmhouse, United Way, Wylands. There are going to be food trucks, free cake, music by the Gingerleys and Clintonville Baja Broadcasters. It will be on September 20th, which is a Sunday, from 4 to 7 p.m. on High Street in front of the Whetstone Community Center.
4 until 7.
4 until 7 p.m.
So it's billed as a party.
Yes, it's billed as a party. Oh, but this is what's kind of interesting about it. At 5 o'clock, Gail Hogan, who is a TV personality,
yes,
she will be emceeing and guiding kind of a community game, I suppose. There will be a circle with music that will play, and when it stops, people, it's almost like musical chairs, but also speed dating. And so basically neighbors will get to sit and then just stop in front of somebody you don't even know, possibly, and answer whatever question and discuss something in common that you have. It sounds kind of fun and interesting.
You know, it's funny because I was going to ask you if they were going to have potato sack races or something, and I was kidding, but it turns out they are going to have games.
Oh, well, that is a game. So I think it'll be fun.
Are we going to have name tags so you'll know if maybe you live next to that person and
There
didn't
will
know
be
who they
name
are?
tags,
Okay.
and
You have to use your own name?
well, it depends if you want to be known by your neighbor. So, yeah.
Okay, that sounds neat. Now, what about dogs? If I have a dog, can I bring it? Or should I bring it? Or should I not bring it?
Well, we're not going to say don't bring your doggies, your babies. I am a dog lover, and I love to bring my doggy places, but I have learned that it's difficult to buy food from food trucks or talk to a person when your doggy's barking or whatever, wandering around. I'd say if you do bring your puppy, put the doggy on a leash, and that would be about it. I personally am not going to bring my little baby puppy because it would be too hard to have the kind of fun that I think I'm going to be having. So,
Okay. So Sunday from 4 until 7:30, September 20th
yes.
at Whetstone Park. Not way in the back by the shelter house, right out front, right? Right out by High Street?
Yes, right up on High Street.
Now what happens if it rains?
If it rains, we go inside.
Oh, okay.
So, yes.
Okay. Well, that's good. Now, who formed this group, this Positively Clintonville? Some positive people, obviously.
Pardon?
Some positive people,
Yes.
obviously, formed this group.
This group was started by Clintonville Area Commissioner Nancy Kuehl.
Oh, okay.
And she started it because she was discouraged by some of the uncivil behavior that she was seeing in meetings around town. Personally, I know this only by hearing about it because I haven't been involved in the group that long, and I haven't been to some of those meetings. But I read some about it, and it's really interesting. It was started in 2012. And about 2010, communities all over the country started to form civility issue groups.
All over the country?
Yeah. So there are at a lot of college campuses, but there are the Oshkosh Civility Project, which is a community-based initiative, and there was a California group called Speak Your Peace campaign. Hudson Valley Community Project had an initiative to promote kindness and civility. So it really, really interesting. And as of 2010, let's see what the name of the book was. Choosing Civility was written by Dr. Forney. And they started doing a civility, like a survey, I suppose. I'm not sure. A study about civility in America.
Yeah.
And the general consensus in a lot of small communities is that civility and kindness has been eroding in the last, few years.
Okay.
So I am very supportive of the group. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful concept.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing in the news and the TV every day, there's something terrible that someone has done to somebody.
Yeah. It's sad, but we can change it one person at a time.
Yeah, and how many members do you consider yourself
Well,
having?
it depends on how you want to count the membership. There are about 50 people that have been actively involved at one time or another, but counting people that have attended workshops or meetings, the number goes up to about 200. And if you want to count Facebook likes, that number makes it up to 400.
Wow,
Yeah.
400.
Yeah.
And now I do know that Clintonville has the highest density of residents of any zip code in Central Ohio.
Oh,
Did you know that?
I had no idea.
Yeah. And Clintonville is interesting because a lot of people don't really understand what it is because of what I said at the beginning. Most people don't know that story. It's like, well, wait a minute. Is it a town? Is it a village?
Right.
Is it a neighborhood?
Right.
Then you throw Beechwold in there, and that confuses people even more.
Yes. Yeah.
By the way, Beechwold was the name of a neighborhood inside Clintonville.
Oh, okay.
So it was never its own village either.
Okay.
It'd be a little bit like we'd talk about Muirfield Village in Dublin.
Okay.
People
Yes.
say, I live in Muirfield. You live in Dublin. You happen to
Dublin.
live in the Muirfield neighborhood of Dublin.
Yes.
That's what
Okay.
Beechwold was.
All right.
All right. So as I mentioned earlier, we always do a Dr. Kvitko question of the day. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do it soon. And so you might want to remember the name of the party. Tell me the name of the party coming up on September 20th.
It is called Meet Me in the Middle.
Okay. All right. So we're going to do Dr. Kvitko's question of the day now. But before we do, we would like you to listen to this.
This station will not be held liable for any contesting during the Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko. Participation in the contest allows Dr. Kvitko to record and broadcast your name and call. One winner per household, prizes are non-transferable, cannot be substituted, and are subject to taxes and fees. This station cannot be responsible for the inability to enter the contest, whether due to equipment malfunction or telephone difficulties. All decisions of Dr. Kvitko concerning this contest or eligibility are final.
And now it's time for Dr. Kvitko's question of the day.
All right. And remember, you're going to win free flowers from Weistember Florist. They'll be delivered to your place of business this Tuesday afternoon. And the question of the day is, today we're speaking with Lynn Markle of Positively Clintonville, and we're highlighting an event they're holding on September 20th from 4 p.m. till 7:30. What's the name of that event? Is it A, Meet Me in a Back Alley, B, Meet Me at the Dentist, or C, Meet Me in the Middle? All right, the winner receives free flowers from Weistember Florist, delivered to your place of business this Tuesday afternoon. The number to call, 459-9769. That's 459-9769. So go ahead and call now.
Stay tuned to Dr. Kvitko.
Hi, my name's Athena. My family and I have been patients of Dr. Kvitko and Associates for over 10 years. We've gone to Dr. Kvitko for numerous reasons, especially cleanings, crowns, and root canals. Since going to Dr. Kvitko, I get compliments every day on how beautiful my smile is, and people always ask me how I get my teeth so white. I used to be afraid of the dentist, but Dr. Kvitko and his staff make you feel very comfortable and relaxed, and I'm not afraid anymore. I would recommend Dr. Kvitko for all your family's dental needs.
Call Dr. Kvitko and Associates today, 614-262-9588.
Dr. Kvitko, let's go!
Hi, I'm Johanna, and I've been a dental patient at Dr. Kvitko and Associates for over 10 years. I would really recommend Dr. Kvitko for your family's dental care. They're friendly. They're always there to help me. I feel like family when I walk in the door. It's clean, it's comfortable. Even if I have to bring my kids, they have a great playroom for them. I know when I'm with Dr. Kvitko, they are taking that extra time to make sure that I'm going to be the healthiest I can be. They've been great. I love them.
Call Dr. Kvitko and Associates today, 614-262-9588.
Estás escuchando con Dr. Kvitko aquí en su estación favorita.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along.
All right, we're back. We're doing Dr. Kvitko's question of the day. We are talking to Lynn Markle of Positively Clintonville about the event they have coming up on September 20th. And on the phone, we have 4 callers. We have Jane, Sarah, Scoop, and Billy. And I'll tell you what, Lynn, pick a number between 1 and 4. 3, that would be Scoop. All right. Hey, Scoop, are you there? Oops, wrong number. Got it. Scoop, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, hey, thanks for calling in. How are you today?
I'm doing great today. Going on a picnic today, so it's nice and sunny outside and kind of fall weather. It's great. So I love your show. I just love your show. It's so great.
Appreciate that. We love the positive attitude, right? So anyway, do you have an answer to our Dr. Kvitko question of the day?
It's C. It's back in the middle, or get to the middle.
Meet me in the middle. Meet me in the middle.
That's right.
Okay, Scoop. All right. Hey, we'll stand.
Or one day at a time. One person at a time. It can be all those.
All right. Well, stay on the line, please. We'll get your information and make sure you get those flowers, okay?
Thanks so much.
Okay, thank you. All right, let me give that to my producer so she can gather the information. And the others that didn't win this week, please call next week, okay? All right, so now let's go back to, I want to learn more about Positively Columbus. What would you say? Would you say Clintonville is unique when you compare it to other neighborhoods? For example, does it share a common thread with other neighborhoods, or is it truly unique because we hear so much about it?
Well, I was actually kind of thinking about that if I was going to be asked that question, and I went on at the Clintonville discussion forum and got lots of comments from Clintonville other Clintonville neighbors that were on the forum. And yeah, we pretty much all think it is unique and all kinds of quirky and fun, friendly, small town feel, but with a big city access, which is nice. And yeah, I like Clintonville. I've been really happy to live here.
One of the things that appeals to people, I believe, is the fact that we have the ravines and we actually have a very serene setting.
Yes.
Just literally feet away from High Street.
Right. A lot of people also commented about the diversity of houses, even different types of neighborhoods within Clintonville. And I find the diversity of people as well. Lots of educated people. I lived next door to an architect and a pianist and people who work at OSU. And it's just so, I never know who I'm going to meet.
Right. A lot of professors seem to live in Clintonville.
Yes.
It is pretty interesting. And actually, I don't know if you know this, but it's been voted, I think it was by Columbus Underground, as the best neighborhood to live in. It beat out the Short North for the first time in 6 or 7 years.
Wow. Okay.
That's pretty neat, huh?
Well, I love living in Clintonville, so I would choose it over Short North. But, they've got a lot of great restaurants in Short North, so that's awesome.
So what would you consider Clintonville's biggest strength?
I think that the passion for our community.
Okay.
Probably.
People caring. That people care.
That people care, and they care about the community, and they have strong feelings about how things, how we work as a community.
Yes. Yeah. And I like to say, what you find in Clintonville is people have front porches and there are sidewalks, and you see people walking their dog, pushing their children in strollers, or pulling them behind their bicycle in one of those little trailers. And,
right.
And so it just lends itself to people getting to know their neighbors because you're sitting there as somebody walks by. And if you go to a more suburban neighborhood, use Muirfield as an example, you have to get in the car to go everywhere.
Right. Yes. Yeah. No, you can walk really tons and tons of places in Clintonville.
And we have the bike path, which comes through.
Right.
And we have the bus line.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Absolutely.
So the this was formed in 2011, correct? Did I remember that right?
2012.
2012. Yeah. So in the last 3 years then, what would you say, what have you guys accomplished?
Well, I do know that I don't know about some of the workshops that have and community discussions that have happened in the past, but I know that there's a partnership, and Positively Clintonville received a grant from the United Way to develop a program with the Clintonville area schools, Columbus City Schools, to build civility projects, a peer mediation. Let's see if I can find out what the,
while you're looking, let me just comment on that. So they're working with children. They're trying to make it a case where kids learn this in school. They learn before they become adults, complete adults.
Right.
So that there's not an issue in the future.
Right. Well, it's to work with conflict management programs, but through a public art initiative. And one of the things that I find interesting is that as a retired teacher myself, basically this is really a huge concern for educators as well. So I think it's going to be a really wonderful project, and I'll be interested to see how it develops.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's really neat. Now, I grabbed some photos of different parts of Clintonville as we've been for the video feed, and I found one. I didn't grab it because I didn't know if it would be appropriate, but I found one that was a picture of a plaque. In fact, I put up the plaque about Old Beach World a little bit ago, and I found this one, and it was a plaque, and it said, "Nothing happened here in 1997." I don't know where that is.
Okay, that's funny.
So people in Clintonville kind of have a sense of humor.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's funny.
Right? You don't know anything about it either?
Not a thing.
Hey, if anybody knows about that plaque and where it is, call us 459-9769. I'd love to hear that.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, so it looks like we have to go to another break, and when we come back, we'll have another 5-6 minutes to talk. So you're listening to I'm sorry, I said that. You're listening to The Reasons We Smile. I knew I'd make that mistake. You're listening to The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko and Lynn Markle of Positively Columbus, and we'll be right back.
This is Clark Kellogg. Stay tuned for more of Dr. Kvitko.
Hi, this is Richard Simmons. Dr. Kvitko's here, and he's going to help you with all of your problems. Are your teeth yellow? He can fix that. Are you missing a tooth? He can put a new one in. How is that?
That's very good. Thank you, Richard.
Here at Dr. Kvitko and Associates, we are intensely dedicated to providing the absolute best dental care. The word mediocre isn't in our vocabulary. We just won't take shortcuts. Isn't that what you want in the person you trust with sharp objects in your mouth? Of course it is. However, people tend to assume high quality means expensive. But guess what? We're more affordable than you think. Our fees are about the same as one of those chains. But with us, you get our 34 years of experience and our unwavering commitment to quality. Discover for yourself. Call us at 614-262-9588.
When it comes to the overall health of your teeth, trust the experience of Dr. Kvitko and Associates. From dental cleanings and exams to restoration, dental implants, and pediatric care, Dr. Kvitko and Associates can give you something to smile about.
There's a lot of places out there that offer discount dentistry, but at Dr. Kvitko's, he actually takes the time.
See what Dr. Kvitko and Associates can do for you. Conveniently located on High Street in Clintonville, call 262-9588 or online at drkvitko.com.
I'm Grandpa, and I go to Dr. Kvitko, and I still have all my teeth. Real ones. Where's my glasses?
Dear future husband, if you want to get that special loving, tell me I'm beautiful each and every night. After every fight, just apologize.
Okay, we're back. I'm Dr. Kvitko. This is The Reasons We Smile. We're talking with Lynn Markle of Positively Clintonville. I said it wrong before the break. Sorry about that. So, Lynn, what would you say is Clintonville's biggest strength, and what would you say is its biggest weakness?
Well, interestingly, probably the same passion.
The passion.
The same passion for community. And this is where the conflict mediation part of the motive behind developing Positively Clintonville came about because, and not everybody agrees. And so people in the community are very passionate. Everybody is about having the most wonderful, most loving, happiest community that we could possibly have. And, that's wonderful. But then you have differences of opinion, and people are very, very, very passionate about their feelings about what should and shouldn't be happening in our community. And that can be problematic sometimes.
So you would say that's both its strength and its weakness?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. It's a little bit like Congress, where you have about 50% of the people think this and 50% think that, and it's very hard to get anything done.
Yes, they actually probably need to do some civility training.
Well, that's for another show.
Yeah, not that I can make that happen, but I think it would help them.
I've been a dentist in Clintonville for 35 years, on my 36th now, and I've always enjoyed the I call it the patient base, the community, the people, because it is so varied. And my background, for example, I grew up in a household with, my father was a tool and die maker at Chrysler. Mom did not work and was on PTA and that sort of thing. And so I grew up in a blue-collar family, and yet I have a white-collar job, so I can relate to both ends of that picture. And I find in Clintonville I have the whole spectrum. It's pretty cool. I mean, I have one patient who has 3 PhDs.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Wow.
But guess what he said he would do if he had to do it all over again?
Another one?
No. He'd go and become an aircraft mechanic.
Oh.
Because they always have jobs. And you see, that's the thing. We need everybody. We need people to fix our cars, right? We need people to fix our computers.
Yes.
We need people to teach our children like yourself.
Right.
And college professors. We need everybody. So, and Clintonville seems to be that microcosm.
Right. Absolutely.
So, anyway, we I love Clintonville, and like you said, you've been here 15 years.
Yes.
And what made you come to Clintonville to begin with? What made you pick Clintonville over Muirfield or Worthington or, another Reynoldsburg or Hilliard?
I basically started visiting, and every time I came to visit, there was some new little gem that I would find. And eventually, I was in the suburbs. I lived in the suburbs in Westerville for a while, and I was driving into the city of Columbus to various schools where I was teaching and tired of the drive. And it's like, I got to Clintonville and I thought, oh, this is a city, but not a city. And one day I was driving down Torrance and Grandin and Torrance.
Yes.
And I thought, I could live here. This is really pretty. So it's tree-lined, nice walkable neighborhoods. And it wasn't until after I moved here that I started to discover, just a ton of wonderful things in Clintonville. The bike path, I was using the bike path before I moved here, but once I actually moved here, I started using it a lot more.
You did?
So it's wonderful, yeah.
Yeah. I've only been on the bike path a little bit, sometime walking, and I have to remember it is a bike path, not a walking path.
Yeah.
Right? We have to remember that it's... So I know they have protocol and everything, and the bikers come and say, on your left, and they'll ring their little bell and all that, but it is kind of a bike path.
Yeah. I walk my dog on the bike path, so I'm very, very careful about making sure I step to the right when the bikers are going to the left.
Now, I'm seeing a lot of the yard signs, and actually you have one with you, and I'm having trouble getting the pictures to work. So can you hold up your little sign to just face it over to that camera so people that are going to watch.
Let me get it.
And it's you'll see these yard signs that say, party. It says meet me in the middle, and it is September 20th from 4 p.m. until 7:30. There will be food trucks. There'll be some games. It's rain or shine. People will have name tags so that you can know who you're actually talking to, and maybe even figure out if that person lives on your street, because you may not know them yet. In the neighborhood I live in, I know a lot of my neighbors because I'm the president of our neighborhood association, but there's still a lot that I don't. It's just I can't help it, I guess. But if I were in Clintonville, I'd probably know more because of walking in the porches and all that.
Right.
Okay. Now, how do people, if they want to get involved with Positively Clintonville, what would they do?
If they wanted to get involved, they would contact Nancy Kuehl.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, I left her phone number out in the car on my phone.
Oh, no, it's okay. And you know what? I have, there's a Facebook page, right?
Oh, yes. You can also like the Facebook page. Check that out.
And I'm assuming from there they can reach out to become
absolutely a
member or to help.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
So that's another way, is going to the Facebook page.
Yes.
So I think that, I'm hoping to come. I plan on being there. I was mentioning my own neighborhood. I'm present. We are having a picnic that same day.
Oh,
so I have to look at the timing to see if I can do both.
Yes.
I probably need to show up at both if I can. But anyway, that's why when people ask me if I'm going to do this or going to do that, I never really know until about a week before.
Yes.
just kind of the way it is.
Yeah.
All right. So I got to check the time because we might be running out of that. I'm looking at yes, we are. We are almost out of time. How did that happen? Well, thank you so much, Lynn, for being on the show. Be sure to join me next week for another great show. Oh, we have a little time. Okay, good. I'm getting that thing from my producer. That's awesome. Okay, so let me just get to that part. And basically, I have a thing I call Why in the World. And this week, it's going to be, why in the world would anyone want to be anything but positive? I mean, just be positive. Be happy. Life's short, Don't spend time with negativity. Don't spend time arguing. Spend time listening. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. And I think if we all learn that lesson, then we'll be so much better off. Okay. So, all right. Now it's time to go. We are out of time getting that message too. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Dr. Kvitko. Visit my office Facebook page and like us. Be sure to join me next Sunday and every Sunday morning right here on your favorite station. Goodbye.
Before we leave, let me tell y'all a little something. Before we leave, let me tell y'all a little something.
This is Carly Red from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the hit show on VH1, urging you to tune in next week with my dentist, Dr. Kavitko.
If you're interested in learning more about this and other dental health topics, go to thereasonswesmile.com to access full episodes of Dr. Kavitko's show.
If you'd like Dr. Kavitko, the world's most interesting dentist, to speak at your next event, please call 614-262-9588. That's 614-262-9588. Or send an email to speaking@thereasonswesmile.com.
WSNY and WSNY HD Columbus.
The opinions expressed in this program are solely those of the advertiser and do not reflect the opinions of this broadcast entity or its affiliates, Franklin Communications, or its employees, management, or other advertisers on this station. The advice and products endorsed inside this program are the responsibility of the advertiser and the experts they've employed to speak on behalf of their product or service.